Hello and welcome to the Lake District. Now this might not look like the Lake District, but I'm doing a 100-mile adventure today, going from the sea to the mountains over there. You might be able to see a little mountain popping out of the mist, sort of misty haze today. So here on the coast it's a bit chilly. You might recognise some of the places if you live here in the UK, and if you don't live in the UK and you live somewhere else in the world, then you'll be able to see what England, the UK looks like. So I hope this video inspires people to want to ride their bikes more. That's the aim. Inspire people to ride bikes. And I'm going to be taking all my food and fluid with me. So I've got food in my pockets here and fluids, and I'll show you what I fuel, how I fuel myself to never bonk, that is to run out of energy or cramp. So enough sugar, white table sugar, ever tried that? It's amazing. And water, I never use salt. So I'll take you along with me and I'll show you the beautiful countryside. And yeah, if you live in the UK, you might not need to jet off around the world, because there is amazing beauty and views and escape and adventure and nature potentially not far from your doorstep. So it's beautiful here. This is the west coast here of England, north of England. Yeah, it's a bit chilly, even though the sun's out, so it's spring. So yeah, I'll take you along on my road bike here. 6.8 kilo road bike, rim brake in 2025. So like and subscribe, and you'll be able to check out other videos on the channel where I talk about why I have a bike that looks like this with rim brakes, 25mm tires. And if you're interested in how I'm always lean as well, so for fueling, for exercise. So I'm 5'11", and I'm about 63 kilos this morning, and I don't count calories, and I love eating. So yeah, you might have heard of the plant-based diet. Well, yeah, I've got other videos on that. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. A lot of miles to travel, a lot of sugar to consume. A lot of beautiful views to see. So let's get going. So there they are. There's the lakes, the Lake District, if you can see it. That's where I'm going. Probably going to take me about an hour from here. So I'm just leaving the coast. So yeah, it's all going to be uphill. Sort of uphill and rolling until I get there. That's what the roads are like around here, around the Lake District. But I hope the roads will be quiet today. Hope I get some good footage for you all there, relaxing, sitting back and relaxing while I do all the hard work, riding up and down the hills. But yeah, I'll show you what I'll fuel with during the ride to be able to keep me powering along these beautiful roads here in England, the beautiful lanes, and how I keep zooming along. Quite a bit of a headwind. But you can see over there from those wind turbines that it's not too windy today. I think it's quite a beautiful spring day here in the UK. Birds and nature is coming out. You can see the daffodils here. Lots of daffodils around, it's nice. And the birds are out singing. So when I stop, you might, if the wind's not too loud, you'll be able to work out what birds, what species we have here in the UK. But yeah, there's some cars, so I'll get out of the way and I'll get going. Got my friend here with the long face. That's right, on this channel we're friends with all the animals, regardless of how pretty or ugly you think they look. So I'm going to use probably a few words repeatedly in this video, such as stunning, because that's what these roads are like here. Bye, see you later. I'll see you on the way back. Yeah, I'll be coming back this way back. Look at this. It's not bad, is it? Not a bad view at all. So yeah, I'll be going from the sea to the lakes and back to the sea again. But the funny thing is about the roads in the Lake District, they don't really go up the hills, so it's not really that hilly. There's a few passes that go up the valley and over the top and down to the other valley, and I'm going to show you one of those today. And hopefully I'll be able to get up it, because it's about 20% or so, something like that, or well over 20%, so well over 1 in 4 or 1 in 5. But I'm only 63 kilos, so I should be able to get over it fairly okay on a 6.8 kilo bike, although I do have a lot of water and sugars and food with me today to power me along. I can't change gear right now because I've got the English gears, so I know it's the same as in Europe. Yeah, my gears are on the right and I'm holding the phone with my right hand, so I need to put the phone away, my camera away, and change gear. And I'll see you, probably see you on a road. I'm in the foothills now, so yeah, I'll put the camera away so I can ride my bike properly. So you might just be able to see the sea behind me over there, where I've come from. You can see it down there, the wind turbines, and this is where we're going next. Look at that. Road straight as a die to the Lake District. Isn't that great? Now I'll try and remember the name of some of the mountains that are here, some of the names of the hills. But there's also an interesting thing here. Have you ever seen a solar farm here? There's a lot of tractors here as well, a lot of farming. But yeah, that's got bigger, I think, over the last few years when I've been passing along here. That used to be just field they were growing whatever it was around here, maybe grazing cattle. But it's now a solar farm. So they'll be generating a lot of power today. You can see it over there. Looks like an inland sea. You can just see it there. From a distance it looks a bit weird, but there you go. That's where we live in. So yeah, I'm heading to probably those mountains there. Those mountains, those fell. So yeah, as I say, the roads don't usually go up them, so there's nothing like crazy like you see in Europe, but there are some passes, and I'm gonna hopefully show you one, and hopefully I'll survive it. So yeah, but this is the bike that I'm using today. So it's a giant TCR SL, mechanical Dura Ace, shallow section wheels, 25mm tires. No, not an integrated bar, aluminium bar, carbon stem, and this is what I recommend everyone should use. As you can see, the reflection. Hello. A bar mirror. It'll save your life, just like you have if you use a car, which you shouldn't. Try and use it though. Get a bike like you would in a car. You have a mirror, so it just gives you that extra sense, so you know what's going on around you and behind you. There you go. There's tip of the day. Let's go. Look at that. Stunning. Just again stunning. Quite windy. This is what freedom looks like. That's what it feels like. There's quite a few places in the Lake District that look a bit like this. And you'll be going through a little village like that, and then it looks like this. Isn't that amazing? You go through a little village like that, and then you pop out here. I mean, look at the lane here. It's like a snaking through the countryside. It's going like this. And quite often even when it's not particularly warm, these lanes heat up as well. So I've got my jersey unzipped because they're a bit like a heat trap. So it might be only about maybe 12 or 13 forecasted, but in these lanes where the heat gets trapped, it's like 20 degrees, even more, and if there's no wind. But yeah, if you can see overhead, look at this. Woo! Look at that. So you don't need to blast off in your jet, in your aeroplane. If you can see above me, you see those chemtrails? No, you don't need to go blasting off to escape the 9 to 5. You get yourself a bike, cycle from your own front door, like I have today, and there's a world waiting for you out there. You don't need to go to the other side of the world to find what you're looking for, to find your freedom. Oh, my gears need a little bit of indexing, but it's not the end of the world. Anyway, let's push on. Getting a bit hilly now. Oh. That's not the worst view in the world, is it? Freedom. Not Freedom Las Vegas, but Freedom Lake District. Sort of works, isn't it? I'll give you a good view now. Now, if you're a fan of an old TV series, a British TV series called Miranda, sorry for the noise, you might find the name there. Oh, that's a bit cheeky. One finds that a bit naughty. Almost a naughty name. But not quite. If you watch Miranda, the series, and see, you'll know what I'm talking about. Funny name, isn't it? So that's where I'm going. A bit windy, so I try and fall. But I'm going that way. Yeah. Woo! So I'm going down here, along there, and down that valley. And up a pass around that corner. Can't quite see it, but it goes around there. I'm just coming to the base, or the start of one of the passes here in the lake. Whinlatter Pass, I think it's called. So, there's a car coming. I'll point it out to you in a second. But yeah, look at this valley. Woo. You might be able to identify some of the hills. But I'm going, yeah. How do I point? Up here? Woo! Woo! So I'm going this way. Woo. Yeah, so it's, I'm not sure how many feet. They only, I say, these passes that go along these valleys. So the valleys, you know, they look a bit like this, and then you get to the end, and then it just, because there's been glaciers sitting in the valleys, you have to go up and over. But it's usually only maybe 1,000 feet at the most or so. Yeah, it's not like the Stelvio, but it's still hard. I'll still be climbing for, you know, doing about 200 watts on the flats and then up the hills. So yeah, I use a power meter. Can't really get fit without one, to be honest. That'll be another video. But yeah, just swallowed a fly. Excuse me, just swallowed a fly. That was not nice. I just ride on a day like this where it's just an adventure and not specifically training to zones or intervals, which I don't believe in. That's another video. Just riding to get up the hill. So I've got a 42/30 as my easiest gear, which, yeah, 63 kilos, as I say, on a 6.8 kilo bike, not too bad. But yeah, if it's more than 10%, most of these passes, yeah, they have a very steep bit, so we'll see if I can get up the steepest bit. Whew. I think this one doesn't get particularly steep on this one. There's a bit of a steep bit, like 10-15% for a few hundred meters, but it's not too bad. Oh, maybe catch it at the top for a little rest. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a hang glider over there. So someone's just got a parachute in there. They've jumped off the top of the mountain and they're gliding around. I'll zoom in and so you can see. Hopefully you can see them. Just there. Just there, top of my finger. Yeah, that shot. That thing. Yeah. Bit of a scary thing to do that, really. I don't think I would do that, to be honest. Don't have the head for heights. The amazing thing about the Lake District on a day like this, perfect weather, every view is a painting. So literally, it's like you could stop and anywhere you look, you know, it's a painting. Whether it might be a famous one or just as though you think it should be a painting. It's so stunning. Is that everywhere you look? It's like, it's almost unbelievable. And then you got these valleys that are so steep up from the road. It's like the sides of the valleys goes. You got this here. It looks like it's vertical, almost compared to where I am. It's quite intimidating, actually. Quite scary. So yeah, down there, that's Keswick, I think, down there. So yeah, and Saddleback, I think, is the one opposite. Made it to the top. There you go, Whinlatter. It's very popular here with mountain biking. So the last few years, it's specialised into a mountain bike resort. So you can see some trails there. So all around here, there's a bunch of trails that go off onto the hillside, and yeah, they have quite a lot of miles of trails, and they have stuff for beginners and professional level stuff as well. I can't remember what all the colour codes are, but yeah, I think they've got something for everyone here, I think. But personally, I find, at least at the moment anyway, road riding is the freedom and adventure, I think, because you can ride from your front door, whereas stuff like this, people drive in their cars a long way, and yeah, I'm still not quite sure whether that's a great idea, having to drive your car to ride your bike, whereas I prefer promoting riding your bike to riding your bike. So yeah, it's quite busy, so I'll try not to get run over, but it goes down quite technically from the top here, so I'm just going to take the descent easy. So yeah, I don't recommend ever really racing your bike downhill. I mean, I like to race my bike in road races, so I find the time to practice my bike handling safely, I think. And yeah, I've got years of experience now riding on a rim brake bike. I think disc brakes are pretty scary stuff, especially for racing your bike. Yeah. The next valley is, I think, the Newlands Valley, and I know at the end of that there's a very steep little hill. So that's going to be painful, and it's into a headwind as well, so that's just going to be horrible. Anyway, oh, there's a drone now up there. I don't know if you can see it. He's probably looking at me and I'm looking at him, but yeah. There's cyclists here. Yeah, it's very popular for cycling around here, and I understand why. And if you come here, you'll find out. So that's Keswick over there, sort of here, and I'm going up Newlands Valley now, which is behind me that way, and I've just come, so just around this corner is Whinlatter Pass up there. There's a motorbike coming here. Or a number of motorbikes. But there's a major road just here. It's like a proper modern road, which is, I think it's dual carriageway. It's dual carriageway, I think, in part, maybe, could be wrong. But it's a big proper, like a modern road. You can see all the cars, people trapped in their metal boxes. So this is the view right here. Turn this way. That's the view. Not bad, is it? But if you've never been to Lake District before, it's a little disclaimer, or a little public safety announcement. When I came from over there, those little lumps and bumps there, that's where I came from. But the roads are not, if you come off just the one or two major roads that go through the Lake District, the rest of the roads in the Lake District basically look like you're driving up someone's driveway to their house. They're so narrow. So a lot of the roads, they're like this, even when they're like major roads. So up here, this looks like it's someone's driveway, and then that road there looks like it's someone's driveway, but actually that's the major road up this valley. And it does go through, it goes through up to Buttermere, and it comes back round, and you can go back around to that side of the Lake District, so back through to a major road, a road. But this is what they look like. So if you come here in a car, they can be quite scary, and if you're on a bike, they can be very tight when you're cycling with other car drivers. So you have to be careful not to slip off the edge and fall down off the edge, because you worry that someone's going to hit you. So just a little public safety announcement with that. You have to bear that in mind, that you don't get run over like that. Yeah, people don't slow down, which is scary, but yeah. So yeah, I'm going to head off up here, and I think there's a 25% little hill coming up, so I'm going to see if I can get at that. So I can't really, it's quite busy with cars, so I can't really ride and talk. But as you can see, this is the Newlands Valley, and see the roads are basically just wide enough for a car. So if a car comes, you have to really, if you're on your bike, you really have to concentrate as not to slip off the edge of the road. But yeah, it's stunning. You can see there's a footpath that goes up that ridge there, and there's a walk around here you can do. If you park up here, park in your car unfortunately, you walk at Coaldale Horseshoe, goes up and around, and you do a lot of climbing. But yeah, the road goes up here and all the way around that corner, and then I'll show you. I come around the corner and the hill just goes like this. So yeah, it's going to be a steep one, but it's quite busy today, so yeah, it's not very nice with the cars, but it's better than being in the car. This is riding a bike is better than being in the car, that's for sure. This is peace of mind. Well, there it is. Look at that. Newlands Valley right there. Woo! Quite windy. The wind's being funneled down the valley, so it's a headwind. But yeah, you can see up there behind me at the head of the valley. Look at that. It might not look like much here. I'll stop and show you. That might not look like much, but that's something like one in 4, something like that. You can zoom in there. You can see there, and it's very busy today. But yeah, there's a lot of people out, and there's lots of, from here it looks like glistening water, or like silver. You can see all the cars glistening in the sun. Yeah. So I'm going to go along here into the headwind, and then I'm going to hit that pass. I think Newlands Pass today. So Whinlatter Pass, Newlands Pass. Excuse me. I think it's Newlands Pass. But yeah, there's not many people out riding today, really, considering it's pretty much perfect weather for April. Beautiful day in early April. There's not many people out cycling, really. For peace and quiet. This is what we're all looking for, and it's here. It exists. And it's not in your car. I don't know how many times I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. It's not driving out here to the top of that road up there, stopping for 5 minutes, taking a photo and going home. It's the journey, okay? Life is the journey. It's every day. It's living life and living the adventure of a lifetime, as I keep saying. It's doing this. Create a lifestyle that allows you to do this. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm gonna go meow. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna trundle along against the headwind and hurt myself trying to get up that hill. God, wish me luck. Fingers crossed I get up it. So there's quite often sheep on the roads, like if you can see behind me. But that's where I'm going. Look at that. Yeehaw. It's just just the best place to ride your bike in the world, isn't it? North of England, in Cumbria, Northumberland. Look at that. Well, there it is. There's the beast that I have to slay today. Yeah. Bit nervous. It's been a while since I've been up it, and I remember the last time I did it, I've done it once before, and it was a headwind like this, and yeah, I thought I was gonna fall off. So I think there's a cyclist coming descending down it, so I'll show you the view from the other side. It's quite something, but I don't think the camera doesn't quite do the view justice. Like when I'm standing here and I'm looking up around, it doesn't catch it, I don't think, how amazing it is here. And it's the funny thing, it's not crazy, you know, it's not 10,000 feet, these mountains around here, these are 2,000, 3,000 feet maybe, but it's just so stunning. The valleys come up here and going up there. Yeah. This is the machine that will be taking me up. I'll be fighting my bike up this thing. Here we go. Hopefully I'll see at the top and I haven't died. So I'm fueling this amazing adventure training ride with 100 grams of sugar an hour. So yes, I've got 3 bottles, 200 grams of sugar in that one, 200 grams of sugar in that one, 100 grams of sugar in this one. That's right, white table sugar. And this is a tried and tested method of fueling that I have used for years, and it doesn't fail. If you consume at least 100 grams of sugar an hour, you'll always feel good and always be able to ride comfortably and make it to the end of your ride or wherever you want to get to, fueling properly. That's right. So like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Doesn't the UK have some amazing views? And also, one last thing, I have some sweets, vegan gummy sweets, just on top if I want a bit more sugar. So make sure you've got enough sugar and enough water, and you'll never bonk and you'll never cramp. You'll always feel good. Believe me, I've tried it. It works. Not bad, eh? So there we go, we made it. Look at this. So I don't think I'm gonna go down the way I came. Sorry, I'm gonna go back down the way I came, I think, today. But yeah, that's Buttermere down there. And just through the valley down there and over the other side, it's the sea. You have to go, it's like 3, 4, as the crow flies it's like 7 miles, but yeah, it's quite difficult to, if I was standing by the road it'd be difficult for you to hear me because the cars are revving up. But just a little note about if you're going to cycle in the Lake District, the roads here are very technical. So as you can see down here, if you don't know how to ride your bike properly, so maybe you're new to cycling or you're just not very good at riding your bike, then it might not be a very good idea. You know, maybe practice on some easier roads first and get your confidence up, because you know, if you make a mistake on one of these bends like down here, yeah, you could really hit yourself. So that's why I'd recommend a bike like this, so a rim brake bike, and then you know what your braking performance is going to be like every time, and you won't lock up into the corner and fall off. When I say lock up your wheels, when you pull on the brakes, with your wheel spinning like that and you pull too hard, the wheel will just stop and you can just slide out. So yeah, that's why I enjoy riding here when the weather's like this, and I don't think there's a better place to ride your bike when it's like this. And you don't need to go, if you live in the UK, you don't need to go 1,000 miles away when you can come here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. I'm now going to go the way I've come, back to the sea, back to the ocean. So I'll go from the ocean to here, which looks like it's 1,000,000 miles away from everywhere, back to this sea. So to me, I think that perfectly sums up freedom. So for me, I think the ocean is like freedom. So so many people, they talk about how, you know, when they're in the sea, they feel like they're free. So yeah, the bike is freedom. The bike gives you freedom just like you would if you're a sailor on the sea. So you get one of these and make as much time for riding your bike as you can in your life. So stop working that job that you hate to earn money to buy things that you don't need. Earn money to buy yourself a bike and the food that you need to fuel yourself, and that's all you need, I think. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you got out of this video the point that I was trying to get across. And the point that I always try and get across in all my videos, it's about the bike life is the best life. Fueled on a diet or a meal plan of rice, fruit and sugar. It reduces the impact on the environment, it makes you healthy and fit and lean, and you live the best life. Live the adventure of a lifetime. Why would I want to do anything else or be anywhere else? Ciao, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.